What are we talking about, Jaden?
We are talking about new construction.
New construction, and not just new construction, but some of the difference between if you were to just go buy a house here and a new construction home.
Yeah, so similar process, little nuances that are different. Wanted to hit on those few things that are different in a new construction transaction to a pre-owned.
Yes.
There he is.
Is that RB? This is, speaking of new construction, I'm being gentle. This is our favorite cowboy and OG original gangster. It's ironic.
Gangster? I thought it meant old guy.
No, it's original gangster. To him, it's old guy. It's ironic he's here because we're making a video about building new construction homes.
Ask me anything you want to ask.
Look at this guy, Rod Burgett Homes. You get him, Bailey? You see? Well, Rod Burgett, everybody.
Good to see you guys.
All right.
Got some good guys here.
Oh, thanks, man. We love you. See you, Rod.
Wow, what a good feature.
What a good feature.
That is awesome.
What are the odds that we're doing that today and he shows up?
I love it, I love it.
That's real estate for you. Okay, so let's just hypothetically say that you're starting off on this journey, this big adventure that we discussed, and you don't know where to start, but you know you want to build a home and you know you don't want to buy one that's already pre-made. So what are you going to do? Well, step one, you're going to contact us. You got to call us so that we can set you up. Because we know builders, just like Rod, who was just here, we can set you up with someone that's going to be a good fit for you because we know the market and we work with different builders.
Builders, a lot like agents, you'll have different styles. Some build more modern, some, depending on where you are regionally, just different style of house. You want to make sure that with the builder you get plugged with is the guy that you want really building. And a lot of that is done through a consultation, giving them your ideas. Here are my thoughts. You'll know if you're going to mesh and work well with that builder. Yep. Usually within that first meeting.
Yep. And then you do that, and then you say, okay, well, I want to build. I either trust the builder to build kind of his style or her. Let's be inclusive. Their style of home for me, which would be called a custom or spec.
So no, custom.
Custom. A spec home would be.
Good point, Andrew. So let's talk about a custom and a spec. Both are going to be new construction. A spec, what that is, it's kind of a industry jargon. What that is a builder goes and builds a new construction home without the custom input of the buyer. So it's, hey, I got a new construction in this neighborhood, it's ready to go, or it'll be ready in 3 months. Versus you sitting down saying, hey, I want a 15-bedroom house with gold ceilings, and you do it custom.
Right.
Two differences, both new construction, both similar processes.
Yes. Which, if you do want the gold ceilings, we can work that out. We're pretty bourgeoisie gentlemen. If you can't tell, I brought the stash out. So.
Okay, so step two, we're looking at a spec. It's going to be a little bit different. You're not going to go in there and say, hey, I want a purple wall, or I want the walls textured this way. It's a little. There are room for changes in there. You want to, add some flooring. Let's say you wanted to take the carpet out in the master bedroom. You wanted to go hardwood all the way through.
Or shag carpet.
Shag carpet, whatever your style is. Easy, little things like that. Easy fixes.
Yep, easy.
You can tell that the mustache comes out. He gets a certain style.
Yeah, I've got some glass. I need to get aviators, but I mean, it's pretty good look.
So with the spec, there's going to be you can add the custom touches, little changes you want, but for the most part, it's going to be there. It's going to be mostly completed. You can add your own little spice to it.
Yeah.
Whereas on the custom side, you are starting that builder saying, hey, what kind of texture do you want on your wall? Do you want flat walls? Do you want eggshell? What color?
Yeah.
How tall do you want your baseboards? It's going to be a lot more intensive. And
real down to the nitty gritty.
For the wives out there that have been, I know you have those Pinterest boards. You want that freestanding tub. You want it in the shower. You got, I don't know. You go through that. That's more the custom side. So where the spec and custom build, both new construction merge, and it's very similar there, is let's say if we're looking at a new build versus an older construction, we're going to send the inspector through on the older construction. It's been there for 30 years. Problems have probably developed. Yeah. We want to make sure we know exactly, we have a full scope of what's going on with that house.
Right.
Whereas a new build, it's brand new. We don't know what problems it has yet. And of course, the builder still has you covered.
Yes.
Most builders in Texas provide a builder's warranty, which we call a 1-2-10. 1 year is what it's more of a car term, but I call it bumper to bumper.
Bumper to bumper.
Everything's covered.
Everything.
Everything. And that's a beautiful place to be. So your first year, let's say you get in there, you need things aligned, you need your cabinets aligned, this drawer isn't hitting. I encourage people, once you close, kind of keep a running list on your fridge for the first 3 months, because things are gonna pop up naturally. Let's say a drawer needs adjustment, you need some paint touch-ups, you just find little things, make your list. You call that builder, say, hey, I need a few touch-ups. They come out and take care of all of it.
Boom, baby.
The second piece of that I always recommend on a new construction is when you get to month 11 of that first year, that's bumper to bumper, we call the inspector out. We'll have him run his full scope. That way we know what's going on with the house. If anything's failed, anything needs adjusted, and it's right before you're leaving that fully covered warranty space.
Oh yeah.
So you get all that taken care of right before you leave that first year. Now, not to say you're not covered. The 1, 2, and 10, the 2 is everything behind the walls, and then 10 is going to be everything structurally. That's going to be your foundation, your roof. Something's major going wrong, you're covered for 10.
Yep.
And that's where builders really, and a good relationship with your builder really comes in good. Because if you're calling and saying, hey, I need these things fixed 3 years down the road, and you have a great relationship with your builder,
it's going to be breeze.
And that's why getting with a good builder is so important.
That's all business is relationships.
That's
Remember that. And as you can see, the strength in our relationship. He's the info guy. So step 3, let's talk about one of the most important things in the world is time. Father Time.
That's right.
He still visits me every night.
Yep.
Puts a little sand in my eye.
And it's important because setting the right expectation for, hey, this house will be done here.
Right.
You don't want to tell someone, hey, the house is going to be done in 4 months, and you have to call them and say, hey.
And hey, it's going to be 6 more months.
Exactly.
So that's kind of what and it all depends on, you know, how big of a house you're going to build, where you're building it, all these things. And it's like, for instance, if you're pouring your concrete in the winter, you know, it could rain, it could snow, and that could mess it up. So a lot of times builders are at the mercy of Mother Nature, which is just how it is. So you want to make sure that you're timing it efficiently, because as soon as y'all break ground and pour concrete, it could take, you know, anywhere between 9 and 14 months really to get a home built. That is if it's a custom home or spec home, but some builders can crank stuff up faster. It's just, it depends who you go with. But that's just one thing to really consider is, hey, I'm starting to buy this home, and it's not gonna be ready for maybe another year. So that is one huge thing to consider when you do come here. And time frame is always something to negotiate with a builder and something you talk about. So,
and that goes back to the relationship with the builder, knowing, hey, you'd rather wait a few more days when they're pouring that concrete. If you have some weather coming, you'd rather wait a few more days and make sure they know that it's warm enough for that concrete to set. Because I'd much rather spend a couple days, you know, let's say it's a week longer on the front end, and they can pour it and feel good about it, rather than hurrying to get it done. And then we know on that, you know, that 1, 2, 10 warranty, we may have some problems with that foundation.
Right.
It's just better to give a little bit more patience on the front end than to deal with the problems on the back end.
Yep, 100%. So another thing we need to discuss is obviously material costs, because you're building a new home with new materials. And this isn't Minecraft, this is real life, or Legos. So you gotta build this home with raw materials. I'm sure you've all heard lumber skyrocketed the past year.
Which anything with COVID for that matter.
Everything skyrocketed. Real estate did skyrocket too.
Yeah.
So everything kind of skyrocketed, and I mean, lumber being one of those main things, which is, you know, if you're building a house, it's probably gonna have lumber in it.
Yeah.
So that is something that, you know, we want to try to give you guys a rough estimate of price per square foot here. It's the thing about that is it depends on the area so much.
Yeah.
I know we touch on South Lubbock and West Lubbock a lot, and North Lubbock too, and East Lubbock. I mean, we touch on everything, Central Lubbock. We'll just take South Lubbock, for example. I mean, you're looking at anywhere between upwards of $150 a square foot.
So, yeah, anything new construction, and because you have your lot cost in there, you have some variables. But I think it's safe to say in Lubbock, if you're looking to build new construction, you're going to be I think you're getting, you know, a really good deal, or you're going to be in the neighborhood of $150 a foot or above.
Yeah. So I guess we can hit the final nail on the head. What do you say, Jaden?
Final, something different, but yeah.
What do you say, Jaden? This is where you say, I don't know, Rasta Andrew.
I'm not calling you
No,
that.
come on, man.
Let's wrap 5. Okay, number 5.
Number 5 is, so you built your house, you're happy with it. It's been 9 months. It's been a long winter. And you get to move in, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And me and Jaden are going to be holding your hand the whole time, through the whole process. And if you've never built a home, we are going to just be holding with 2 hands, waffle or pancake. I prefer waffle.
Thanks, buddy.
Jaden's a big Jaden's a big waffle guy. Jaden's a big waffle guy. I prefer pancakes, but that's what we're going to be doing with you. So we will be the quarterbacks. We'll take you guys through it, and we will make sure you guys are extremely happy with whatever the end product would be.
So to sum up the whole video, if you've made it this far, the main difference that you're going to feel is the consumer versus new versus pre-existing is going to be typically the repair amendment part, and then the back end, the building having the 1, 2, 10 warranty, kind of the steps of how to properly handle that to make sure it's all tidied up as you're moving out of that warranty,
right,
is going to be the big key difference. A little bit more imagination is needed on the front end. of, hey, our house, I want it to have, you have a vision for your house instead of walking in and saying we could make this home.
Right.
A little bit more in the head vision, and then of course, yeah. And the builder will have your drafts and your drawings. You're gonna have a good idea. So those are gonna be the main key differences. We're playing the same sport, just a little bit different rules.
So obviously the pro of buying like a pre-existing house is that you're gonna be closing in 30 to 45 days because it's already there. People just gotta move out. And then you gotta make quicker turnaround. Yeah. Obviously building a con of building a new house is, like we said, the time frame.
It takes patience.
It takes patience, it takes time. I talked about Father Time. He wakes me up in the middle of the night, just starts cuddling with me.
That's bizarre.
So anyway, well, wanted to thank you guys so much for watching, again, tuning in. If you're here, if you made it this far, golly, you're a gold member.
You are patient.
You are patient, and you're a platinum member of the favorite YouTube viewers of the Jaden and Andrew Club. So please, guys, like I said, like the video, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. It really helps us out.
We love to interact.
But mainly just the fact that y'all are watching is unbelievable, and the support that we feel is immense.
Yeah.
We've already gotten calls from people all across the country.
East to West Coast.
East Coast to West Coast.
Even the Midwest.
Yes, we're closing on our first sale tomorrow, or we're closing on our first sale with clients from Idaho today. So, who moved here from Idaho because of the YouTube. So, just do not hesitate to reach out to us. We are patiently waiting. I'm just looking at my phone, just waiting for someone to call. So, and I'm also active. I do active marketing too, but this is more fun. So just please, just comment, like, subscribe. We really appreciate the support, y'all. It means the world to us. And we will see you on the next one.
The next one.
Over and out.